Morning, Mark and Gillian. I am sitting here at the laptop just about to issue your drawings out, and what I wanted to do is talk through them like this on video so that you had a bit of a understanding rather than me just sending out dry drawings to you. So I think I'll bring up the screen now. So what you can see is there's 4 drawings in the file. So that's a site plan, a ground floor plan, a first floor plan and a roof plan. Within that there's elevations as well. So best place to start is probably with the site plan. Excuse me. So what you can see on page 1, if I zoom in a little bit, is thick black line around the site that you can see me highlighting with my cursor is your plot boundary. The dashed line inside that is the 1 metre off of that site boundary, which really defines where we can build. To the side of the site furthest away from the ocean is the 2 required parking spaces. You obviously don't have to park there, but they're in. They've got to be for planning. And then what you're seeing here is where I have my cursor now, and here, and here, and here is the existing house. So we're about a metre, just over a metre off the front of the existing house, or sorry, off the back of the existing house towards the sea. And you can see the additional width there, so that gives you some bearings on site for where this building's going. Then what you're seeing traced by my cursor, the grey is your roof, the light brown is the decking outside the building, so that is the ramp up to your front door, and that's the decking out the front, towards the sea. There's the potential to put in a thin store down on this side, which is the side furthest away from the field. I think I'd rather have it here than over on this side, but that's something to come on to later on. So let's go into the plans. So I think at this stage the most important thing to understand is that the elevations should really be a manifestation of the plan. So the plan is a diagram to allow us to understand how we can compose these spaces together. And then where we need big windows, we put them in the plan, and then they're shown like that on the elevation. That leads to an elevation which is representative of what goes on inside the building, which gives it integrity and design integrity and a certain sense of maturity as well, actually. So I think from here the best place then is to start by talking through the plan. So where my cursor is where you would park your car according to planning. You would then walk up the ramp, approach your front door, glass screen to the side, into a lobby space with a window out to your car again. So that window that I'm highlighting there is this one on the elevations. Ahead of you is an internal insulated store. And then take a turn to your left through another glass screen door into a hallway. To your left you have bedroom 2, to your right you have the main bathroom. This isn't intended to be that bright or light a space. The goal here is to sort of obscure the view and then have this great effect as you come into the open space. So you come through the hallway, standing about here, you've got bedroom 1 to your right, and then to your left you have all this social space of the staircase, and that's where you start to reveal the views, I guess. So you start to see oblique views through here, oblique views out to here. So these are the points where you start to see the ocean. Then you move past this large communal dining space, which really is the core of the house. And as you move past there, you see the different oblique views out of that big screen. You then enter into the kitchen and I guess hub, or yeah, family hub we would call that, I guess. It's not really your main living space, but it is in terms of legislation. So within that you have a double height void that goes right up to the ridge, so sloping ceilings. You've got 2 roof lights towards the front where you'll park your car, and then you have this large window, corner window, which allows you to sit down in this space and see out to the left as you look towards the ocean. So that window there is that window on the seaside elevation, and that window to the farmer's field. There you can also see your front door in the background. This window here, which you can see, is the window off of the dining room. This window here is the window and door off of bedroom 1. It also has an additional window on the gable. So you can see these two windows on the gable here and here on this elevation. That will be the back wall of your store. There is potential to put a low-level store along here or something, but we need to come back to that issue. So just to come back into the plan, so you come into the lobby, it's reasonably dark, you see up towards the hills. You come into the hallway, again it's reasonably obscured. You come into here and then you have this impact view, which takes you through. The ceiling height gets higher, the light gets more, until you're into this just amazing space at the end with your kitchen, some casual seating and this huge big window. From this space, which I think will be absolutely stunning, you can then go up the stairs. So I'm going to take you onto the upper floor plan now, so that's the next page. So you come up these stairs and you're at a balcony where you have a small reading space with a roof light at the end, and you can actually see down into the kitchen and living areas downstairs. Our goal is to also be able to stand in this balcony space and see diagonally back out through the roof light to the globe up on the hill, which I think will be amazing. So again, just playing with all these features around about the site in that context. There's potential room to put a high level window in that gable as well that you can only see out of when you're standing on the balcony. Then we're up and onto the balcony into what we're showing as a bedroom for planning legislation, but what will actually be your upstairs living room. Whether we need a bathroom in here, whether we need built-in wardrobes in here, and this bed arrangement, I'm not entirely sure. If we just cleared this space out, it would also make a lovely big living space. I've not shown any kind of balcony or balcony roof lights in here yet either. That's something we sort of discussed on the day, but I wasn't really sure what we decided, to be honest, on that. So at the moment, you've got a 1.5-story building with a lovely big potential living room stroke bedroom with these large 1.6 metre long roof lights, so massive roof lights that you'll be able to see out of. We need to keep the handle of these quite low because some of these are fire escape windows, but that's no problem. It also means you should be able to see out of them from sitting down at a low level. So these two roof lights and that one and the smaller one in the reading space off the balcony are all the way along the C elevation above your dining room, above the bedroom. On the other side of the building, you have a roof light above the bathroom, which is this one here. And then you have a roof light above the stair and the two that are above the kitchen, which is going to allow lovely morning light into that space, down across that balcony and potentially even down into the dining room. So main issues with this layout, well, sorry, just final page has got your roof plan. That's something we need to show for planning anyway. So as I see it, the main issues with this plan at the moment for you are being able to store surfboards, long things, where that's going to go. There is suggestion that they can maybe go down this side. I don't think that side's a viable option. It's something we need to work with and figure out a solution to, because you can definitely fit a lawnmower and things in the space of the lobby and even use it to dry wetsuits and things like that, but I'm still not sure there's enough external storage, especially for the winter when the winds are strong. Everything really needs to be inside. I guess there's a little bit of space on the decking under the front, but it's just, I don't think it's enough, to be honest. Price of surfboards and equipment. So, and even just storing a set of ladders or something like that. So I think that is one of the major issues here. The secondary issue is how much we should commit to this first floor room being a master bedroom, or should we just commit to it being an open plan space that you can use as a living room and as you see fit, and you can still always fit a bed in it. The issue for us is try to pull the headboard out enough from the low coombe line, we call that, to give enough space for a headboard actually. So I think if you're going to have a think about those two spaces, however, to be honest, the rest of it has come together really nicely. I think it'll be a lovely scheme. There's some lovely tight detailing in it. We've kept the gutters really close to the walls, partly to actually protect it from wind damage in winter, but also to tighten up the look. I think there's a lot of lovely features, especially the entrance sequence and the way you go from small space into slightly larger with views into this sort of crescendo at the end, and then the way you can move up the balcony and look down into this space. I think there's a lot of lovely things. I think it's a lovely space for entertaining in. I think it's a lovely space for getting away and living just a more easier way of life. The bedroom sizes, I think, is probably something to highlight as well. They're not massive, you know, the 2 extra bedrooms. Do they need to be? I don't think so. They're showing standard double beds. I mean, the buildings are cheap because they're small, so we have to keep the footprint tight where we can. So I'm going to send this out to you just now and send it out with the drawings. I think we can catch up next week by video, maybe video call, once you've had a chance to think it through. But by all means, print them out and draw over them. It's a great way to communicate. It's actually easier sometimes than try to describe it. So I will sign off just now, and yeah, I hope you enjoy seeing this. We've really enjoyed working on it so far, and it is coming together as a lovely scheme. I think the concept for us has been about, it's almost like a periscope. You know, you see out to the beach at high level and you see out to the rocks at low level. And I think there's a really nice language there through the plan that works in terms of through the plan and its plan, and actually through the plan, through the design and its section as well, in that we have this low level view at this side and then we have this high level view at this side, and there's a real nice romance to periscopes, submarines, and Tiree being such a kind of naval outpost during the war. So I think there's a lot of lovely subtleties in this which maybe don't come across at first. That's why I wanted to send a video and try and communicate some of that to you. But yeah, I hope you like it, and I'll speak soon. Cheers.